it's just a huge responsibility, having to raise somebody, up and prepare them for this crazy world we live in, nowadays. Just giving them the tools and trying to teach them, about the goods and the evils of the world, and just, how, just there are replacements. So, you want to give them the tools and the skills and the knowledge and the wisdom that they need to grow up and be great men. And so like I say, that's the best part, and that's the biggest challenge. People always say, oh, you learn with your first child, and my wife and I, we always kind of denied that until we had our first child, and we're like, well, yeah, I guess you did kind of learn with your first one. And so we've learned from all four of them, really, because each and every one of them have their own different personalities. I don't know if I have any one particular favorite part of the book, because each and every story, just kind of tells about who I am and what I'm about. And there's a lot of great, advice in the book. There's a lot of, heartbreak and stories of loss and just, broken hearts. And then there's funny stuff and everything in between. But yeah, the book, I think, across the board is just basically a collection of stories that I feel like people can take something from. The inspiration for my music really comes from anywhere and everywhere. I just never know when an idea is going to hit me. It's sometimes, just watching TV, hearing somebody say something, or just, being with family and friends, or just out in public in general. I hear somebody say something and I hear it, or think about it in a different kind of way. I've always been a fan of words and how they fit together, and I love, humor and just, just the range of emotions that we all experience and go through, and I try my best to capture those emotions in all of my songs. So. In the 11 years that I've been doing this, or 13 technically, looking back on the music that I've made, I can see how I've grown from the first record. It's sometimes it's hard for me to listen to my first record, because I can hear how young and inexperienced I was, and how my voice has changed even since then. So as I kind of went along, I think my Everything Is Fine record, I think, had a lot of, me as an artist in it, because I wrote a lot of those songs on that record, and it was just a completely kind of artistic and cultural kind of record, and it just had a lot of variety in it. The Haywire record, I felt like, was, probably my best commercial record, because I felt like song for song on that record, it was just, there was so much energy, and it was, I think any song on that record could have been a single, could have been a hit. So that was a pretty strong record. I mean, there's a lot of different reasons for why I like each one of my records. So I don't know. It's just, but I think the goal for me at all times is to continue to grow and continue to improve upon what I've done. There's a lot of good Christmas movies. I actually watched one today, believe it or not. It's funny you asked that. I watched Scrooged with Bill Murray, which is pretty funny. But I don't know. I think my favorite, for whatever reason, I think, is Tom Hanks's Polar Express. It's just, I think it makes me feel like a child again. When I watch it, it kind of takes me back to my childhood, and just the how magical of a time Christmas is. So yeah, I'd probably say that. 2015 is shaping up to be a great year already. We've got a lot of dates on the books already. We're planning on the record release, pending, lay low and the timeline of that, and how well it does on the charts and everything. We just released the video the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, and that's been getting a lot of great reaction and response. So yeah, it just kind of depends on how the single does and everything when we release the record. But yeah, I think the first half of the year at least is going to be revolving around the release of the new record. So. Hey y'all, I'm Josh Turner, and I'm here at 98.7's The Bull Santa Jam here at the Moda Center at the Rose Quarter here in none other than Portland, Oregon. And I just want to wish everybody out there a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.